guys, it's Rose. Welcome back to Journals in Time, and welcome if you are new. So today we have a cute little project for you. Do you have old postcards in your stash, or even new postcards, or new vintage style postcards, reprints, that kind of thing? Well, if you do, get them out and let's have a little play. I was challenged by Jenny N over at Jen's Arty Inclinations. She didn't really challenge me, but I took it as a challenge. She had made these cute little postcard notebooks, and she had said to me she would like to see me do them in my style. So I said, challenge accepted, and I got busy. Now I had one here. This one is one that I made in very much the same style that Jenny Ann did. And as you can see, it was absolutely adorable. There are one or two little differences. I put a pocket on the inside of mine. This little knot idea down here, that was Jenny Ann's idea. And I've obviously decorated it differently. And my postcard is different and all the rest of that. So, but I did this very much in the same style that Jenny Ann used. And isn't that adorable? I just love them. I think they are fabulous, and I think they make the most interesting little notebooks. The front and back covers, when you fold a postcard in half, they just give their own little scenes on the covers, front and back. And most of them, not all of them, now I have come across one or two that didn't work for this, most of them work really, really well, in the sense that you get something really good on the front and something really good on the back. I think this one is particularly adorable. So that's that one. And then I tried a portrait style. You know, it was this way instead of this way. So I tried a portrait style one, and that worked really well as well. So as we can see here, there's a little man down here. Now the portrait ones are harder to get to actually work, because a lot of the time you'll have something in at the top of the postcard that will be upside down on the back and it will look strange. Okay. This one I was very lucky, because this man standing in the street just happened to be down on the lower half of the postcard. Now the back of it did look strange to me, because I knew what it was supposed to be, and when I was looking at it I was getting kind of dizzy because it was upside down. I mean, it's buildings and it's looking up into the sky. So I just covered it. I just covered it with a big huge label and a smaller label, and I think that looks great. I do love to put kind of advertisements and things like that on the back of notebooks and things like that. I think it's very authentic looking. So that worked out well for me. And I've just put a couple of labels, and I put in a couple of eyelets, a little bit of chain, and a little dangly key. And on the inside of this one was already written on, and it has a really cool old stamp and old post stamp and things like that. It has gorgeous writing. Few little pages. I'm not putting a whole lot of pages into these. I'm putting 3 pieces of paper, so we're getting 6 pages, and then we have the writing down here. Now the writing down here is upside down. I don't mind that. That's totally fine. So I love, love, love that one as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So I have a few more here ready to go, where I have pages cut and I have the postcards folded and all the rest of that, and I'll show you those in a minute, but I'm going to make one from scratch with you guys. So over here I have this postcard, and I think, not 100% sure, but I think this is Germany. So I'm going to use this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, like so. Get my bone folder that I have finally found after 6 months or more of searching. Now there we go. Now with some of your postcards, like this one, they're going to crack along that spine. So I'm going to find something to put over that. I should have probably actually put something down that spine before I folded it over, but no matter. So let's find something to go down there. So we're looking at mountains, and we have a sepia tone going on in there, and we have that building. So I have some washi tape here, and it's got lots of classic buildings from Rome, Paris, London, Egypt even. So I'm going to use some of this down the spine. I have been having so much fun with these postcard notebooks, guys. Honestly, they're a lot of fun. What you end up doing is very much inspired by what's on the postcard, which I am finding so fun. I really am. So if you do have them, get them out and give them a go. And it seems like such a simple idea, but when you actually go to make them, it's just I don't know, it's just really fun. Now I know these images are going to be sideways, but do I want the bottoms of them there or the tops of them? I'm going to go with the tops and hope it doesn't look too strange. Okay, so we have our washi tape down at the front and the back. I'm not too sure that I'm happy with it down that much of the back, but I'm going to leave it. We'll work away with it as it is. I did move it. I had it further over here and I moved it and just wiped off the glue because I thought it was just taking up way too much of this. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I am going to get some papers cut for this, and I want them to be the exact same size as the postcard, okay? You can have them slightly in, you can tear your edges, have a scrappy notebook, but I particularly just want these to be the exact size of that postcard. Okay, so we have our 3 pages. Now, this is where we would attach our pages to our cover. Notice I didn't say sew. I don't call it sewing anyway. I think we all know that by now. But I am not doing it that way for this one. There is one that I have over there that I will be using needle and thread. But for these ones, for the most of them, I'm just stapling them. Now I have one of these staplers where you can position the thing anywhere you want. You would need like a long reach stapler or something like that if you wanted to staple. But you can just put your holes in, put some string through and tie a knot, and you know, there you have it. And I will be doing that for one of these. But for right now, let's get this one stapled. Now, if you do have one of these staplers, I have put marks on mine so that I will be able to tell where the center is. It made no sense to me to have this here and then what, you just plonk it down and you can't see where this is going to actually be. So I have made marks for myself, and they're not perfect, but I know where I need to position my piece. So it's just a little tip for any of you who might have one of these. I get my magnetic plate on top here. This base is magnetic, this is magnetic. So you position your papers, you put your magnet over the top, and it's quite strong. I mean, you're not going to move that very easily. Your stapler is also magnetic and that sits in there, and you get perfect positioning. Okay, like so. I'm going to do the other side. Now, like I said, you do not need to have this tool. I have it, so I like to use it. But you could just as easily put two holes and string some thread through there. Okay, and voila, we have a little notebook. Very, very cute. I love it. Okay, so that is the basic construction of these, okay? Nothing too out of the ordinary or, you know, anything majorly difficult. Okay, so those two are all put together. These two need putting together. I'm going to leave that one aside just for now. And with this one, I have all my bits ready to go with this. This is the one that I am going to use a needle and thread for, okay? So for this one, I'm just using a little piece of cotton yarn, but this yarn has a sparkle going through it, and I thought that fit very well with the whole waterfall thing that we have going on. So I'm going to get my needle threaded, and I'm going to run over this with some Distress ink just because it's very glaringly white against that cream lace. Okay, now I'm going to guesstimate where I want my holes. Right now I'm just going to punch the holes. Now I know I'm going to want to leave these strings dangle, so I am going relatively close to the top, and I'm going to try and match that. So let's get this started. First one. Now, because I want to leave my threads on the outside, I'm starting from the outside. There we go. Down through the bottom one. And being such small booklets, that one thread should do just fine. I'm going to leave my threads fairly long. Get them tightened up, snug, and knotted. There we go. Lovely. And the beauty of doing it with just the 2 holes is that we can adjust where this sits. Yeah, okay. Perfection. Okay, so that's those ones ready to be decorated. Okay, so with this one I wanted to try and get this stone on here, and it does seem to be staying. Awesome. So this is going to be a little bit special. My glue has shown through there. I didn't wait long enough before I put that down, but I think it's okay. So with this postcard, had a nice little scene on the back, and then the front had very little. It had this long pier, had some mountains in the background, but it looked very kind of blah. So I'm just decorating on top of it and acting as though that's just a background page. Okay, so if you have postcards that work out like that, where one side of it is lovely and the other side isn't, just decorate over it. They can still be used, and it's so much fun. So yeah, we have them all ready to go. Now, as you can see, I have some bits here ready for decorating. So let's get started with those ones. Now, this postcard has beautiful horsey on the front of it. This is a tramway, horse tram in the promenade in Douglas, the Isle of Man. Really colourful, bright image. Really love it. Loved the horse on the front, so I really wanted to use this. On the inside of it, there was no writing or anything like that. This is a letter from a book that I have filled with these letters. They're like copies of letters that a business they were keeping a record of the letters. I'll show you the book. It is from the 1800s, 1890s, and now that is huge, and I can't really show you the whole thing in the camera, but it's got all of these wonderful light pages and lots of these letters. I mean, there are hundreds of pages, and I actually had that upside down. Let's try it the right way around. Here we go. And it has these little ledger pages at the front, keeping track of who's who and all the rest of that. It's absolutely fabulous. I love this thing. Love it. And this was bought for me as a present by my other half. A lot of the things that I have like this, he would have bought for me. He's very good. So we have all these beautiful sheets of paper. Now, some of them have only a small bit of writing on them, but as an overlay, these give a beautiful vintage tinge to white papers as well. The same as you get, or similar, maybe not quite as dark, with the sewing pattern tissue. So, and up here in the corners we have these beautiful numbers. So there are hundreds and hundreds of these in here. So I will get to play with these for a long time. I'm sure I put a few of these into the flow journal that time as well. So that's that. That's what I have. I've just pasted them down with some Yes paste. Very kind of rough and ready. I didn't put it all over. Didn't cover the whole thing. Let some of it show through and all the rest of that. So that's what that is. And I have done a scalloped edge on these pages because this postcard has a scalloped edge. So I just matched that, and it is stapled in the middle. Okay, same as all the rest of them. So I have my bits picked out here for decorating. Now the stamp I wanted to put back here in the little stamp place. So let's get that down. Have you guys been watching all the collaborations? There are so many collaborations going on at the moment. I personally have taken part in 3. Well, I've taken part in 2 so far, and I have 1 more coming up this month. It's the most collaborations I've done in 1 month ever. So that's that. So I will link the 2 that I've already... I'll actually link them all below. The one that I have coming up is Interesting July. It's from one of the Facebook pages that is being run by Mandy Reed and Justine Jenkins, who are awesome. I've also done the A to Z of Inspirational Summer Crafts. If you haven't seen that already, there have been some truly amazing videos for that. Pop over and see. I also did, only just recently, my Christmas in July one with Kedge Crafts, Carol Ann. So yeah, it's been a busy month. Want that a little bit more catty bumpers like that. Love it. Okay, so on the front I wanted to put this little pocket. It's a little tram that came from a piece of Tim Holtz paper, and it's an older version of this tram. Or not this tram, it's an older version of a tram, but we have a tram on the front, so I thought that was fitting. So I'm just going to put that in there as a little pocket. I have been seeing on the news as well, guys, where there have been a lot of fires caused by the very hot weather, and it is just so crazy. I hope everybody is well and safe if you're in those areas. We had some hot weather here, but oh my lord, nothing like that, nothing to that capacity. It's absolutely crazy. It's raining today. True Irish style. Okay, so I'm just getting that into place there. So we have a little slippy pocket. And on the front, I decided I wanted to put something. I think it looks fabulous just as it is, but I did want to put something down. So I have a little piece of fabric and a label sticker just for the top corner. Didn't want to impede our little horse, because he is so cool. I did think about giving him a bit of a plume, a feathered plume, but I didn't want to take away from the culture of what this is either, so yeah. So I'm just going to have that hang off the little corner like so. And then I have this teeny tiny number. I don't know whether to do it as a 6 or a 9. I think we'll do 9. And this is a sticker. But I am going to put some glue down. Keep thinking that I'm using that fabric glue that I've been using all along, but it's not. It's actually Aleene's tacky glue. And it's slightly different in how it works, so I'm getting caught with it a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Might be a little bit too far up. There, that's better. Beautiful. And what else? Oh yes, I wanted this down here as well. Just about there. Okay. So that's how it's going to look on the front. I love it. I love it. Okay. And I had, oh yeah, this I want to put on the back. Just down around here. And I'm going to have it hanging a little off the edge. Perfect. Just going to give that a touch of ink just to make it look like it belongs there. Okay. So, I love that. I think it looks awesome. And we have a little slippy pocket. Let's see if we can find some tickets to go in there. And we have a few. So that one. And maybe one of these. Not that one. I'm looking particularly for travel ones or generic ones. Maybe that one. There we go. A couple of tickets in there. And I will go and ink those up afterwards. But for right now, they're just fine like they are. And I think that is it. Now you could go and stamp on your pages and things like that. I'm not right now. When it comes to use them, I might. But right now, I'm okay with not doing that. Very, very cute. I love them. Okay, so that is that one. And the next one. Okay, so I have this one. This is the one we just put together. Okay, so I have the bits and pieces ready for this as well. So we'll go ahead and get this done. And on the front of this, I really wanted some pink. So I went with the rose. I tried different pink flowers and I really seemed to want a rose. So I have fuzzy cut a rose to go up here. Get that stuck down. And I've used that same paper on the inside of this one as well. I wanted to put something on the ones that had no writing. Not all of them, but some of them. And I also wanted to put down this here in the center. Now I'm going to get my sticker on there. I'm not going to put glue on it because I think when it's sticking to paper it should be fine. This is just cut from cereal box. And I want to get this fairly central on here, so careful, careful. Okay, and I'm putting that smack bang in the middle. Let's get that down. I am going to scuff up the back of this. I haven't sanded the back of it at all, so I just have a little sanding block here beside me. Just going to scuff it just a tad. Doesn't have to be all taken off or anything. Oh, I love that. Isn't it cute? Yeah, I really like that. Okay, so I had decided to leave the back of it just as it is. I don't think it needs anything. On the inside, I'm going to put a stamp. I'm actually trying to use things that are on my desk for this, rather than pulling things out. And I have I don't know if I've said it recently in one of my videos. I think I might have, but I've been rejigging my craft room and I have a new setup on my desk and it is suiting me so much better. I'm so much happier with it now. So maybe when I'm completely finished doing the rejig, I will do a walkthrough for you guys. Would you be interested in that? Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see my craft room when it is done, how I organize things. Okay, that's that. And on the front, oh yes, on the front I have these little frames and they came in like a little album, photograph album, and it had all like family, son, daughter, all that kind of thing on the pages already, and it gave you little frames just used throughout. But of course I have appropriated them, as you do, and I thought we could frame this lady. This just comes from a piece of washi tape. I have the roll down there somewhere. Thought we could frame her in here and it would look pretty on the front cover like so. So I am going to get this glued in place first, I think. Okay, so she's on there, looking good. And Jenny Ann actually had a really good idea for the front page as well. She just put down a square of paper and inked around her so she had a little frame on her title page, which was awesome. I have just elected to use some fancy paper. Okay, so we have this piece to do as well. I'm going to grab some beads and let's see what we can do. Okay, so I've gone through my boxes and picked out a few bits. Now, as you can see, I've picked out way too much, which is always the problem. Now, this is very, very nice as well, and that would definitely not be in the way. Oh, that's perfect. Let's see if we can manage to get this on somehow. Okay, this is one of the challenges we face when we are using what's the word I'm looking for? Reclaimed jewellery. Reclaimed is the word. Is how to take them apart so that we can actually use them, you know. That is so pretty. Now, I am going to just take off this whole top piece here. You can see. This whole top piece here is going to come off. This little droplet part is coming off as well. So I'm just going to get my pliers to that, I think. Round pliers are good for kind of squeezing and twisting things like that. So that was very easy. So let's get it threaded on here and see how it will sit. I do like the charm on there. I'm not sure about the positioning of it. Maybe if I can get it to sit like so, maybe a stitch, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. Okay, so that is that one done. Get these bits and pieces put away. Okay, so we just have these two left, and I may not get all these done today, but I wanted to show you what I wanted to do with this one, okay? So we have our insides done, the same as the last ones. And when I first started these, like, I don't like how they're popping open like this, okay? Now I know that in time they're going to settle down and they will stay. But it was kind of annoying me slightly, so I have decided to try and put a little closure down. Now, the whole idea was, maybe not that piece, I only half glued this piece. This is just a piece of ribbon that I have done with a staple and just folded it back over on itself. And the stone I have just glued, I thought halfways, but it's a little bit more, but I think that should work anyway. Okay, and I was going to fold it around. Okay, so let's get that. I'm not even going to score that. I was going to score it. I'm just using this. It's a burnisher. You know, it could be anything, like the edge of a ruler would do that for you as well. Let me show you. Just grab your ruler and just pull it along. And all I'm trying to do is take the stiffness out of that piece of card. I just want it to fold around front of our notebook like that. Okay. Now, I think that looks pretty cool. The way it's coming in as ribbon and out there as cardboard. I love that. See that? And this stone is just so pretty. It's a piece of art in and of itself, and I had to use it somewhere. So now I don't want that going over there. So I'm going to attach it to the inside of my notebook. I'm going to leave a little play in it, okay? Will I? Yeah, we'll leave a little play just in case of maybe putting things in a pocket or something like that. Just going to leave it come out a tiny, tiny bit, like so, okay? There we go. And that's where it's going to sit on my back cover. Now, I don't need all of that. I just need a piece of it. So I'm going to cut it around about there. Okay, so we have that positioning right, we have that positioning right. Now I want to get this marked so that I know where to put it. Again, with my pencil. There and there. Okay, so let's get some glue on here. And this is new, I haven't tried this before. This is just something I wanted to try. I like that. Now I'm obviously not going to fully do that until it's fully dry, so I'm going to leave that alone for the time being. Stop at it, Rose. As always. And I wonder, do we need something else on here? Now, I probably won't get the last one done. This will be the last one to do. That's okay, we've done loads. I'll just come back and play again some other day with them, because these are awesomely fun. And you know what I really noticed about these as well? And I'll show you visually there in a minute. You get to work with so many different looks because you're being led by the images on the postcards. You get to work with so many different looks that it kind of satisfies just the need to create something when you don't know what you want to work with. So I found that awesomely fun. Okay, that's that. Let's see how this is doing back here. That should be good and tight now. And we'll get that in there. Yeah, I like that. It's just enough to keep it closed, and it looks very, very different. I really like that. I love the stone on the front of this. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, let's put this away. We don't need that now. And that is our makes for today. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean when I say all the different looks. You can see that all 5 of the ones that I have made all look totally different. And I just realized I didn't do any eyelets on the ones I did today, which is strange because I've been loving working with the eyelets as well. Really enjoying it. That doesn't want to stay closed, so we'll pop that over there. Okay, so that is those, guys. I hope you enjoyed those today. And thank you so much, Jenny Ann, for the challenge. That wasn't really a challenge, but I took it as so. It was a lot of fun, and your little postcard notebooks are absolutely adorable, and I had a lot of really good, honest, crafty fun playing with these. So yeah. For all you guys out there who haven't checked out Jenny Ann's channel, she is very fun to watch. I will leave the link to her video below in the description box of this video. Do hop over and say hello to her. She is, like I said, very, very fun to watch. As always, if you want to be in with a chance to win our Zodiac Journal for the month of July, do be sure to pop a comment in the comments below, and make sure that your subscription is public. As always, I will leave a link to a sheet explaining how to do that below. You need to do it from a laptop or a desktop. A mobile device will not let you into the menus to do that. But yeah, just pop me a comment in the comments below, and you'll be entered into the draw for that. And just pop me a comment anyway, because I love to hear from you guys. And we will see you all again, hopefully on Sunday. Alright guys, that's it for me for today. Talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.